level B here again. I mean, this stuff is so easy, you don't even really need to stand up. Beautiful day here in Iowa. I'm going to be able to finish my loop here in like record time with these dirt roads. I'm going to put a tiny hill here. Here. These guys. Nice. Definitely wouldn't want to get over there in that big pile of dirt over there. I'll check that back in with you at the next. So Iowa level B, here's the first one. These are used heavily by the farmers. Sometimes they'll have deep ruts, sometimes they'll have areas that are washed out. You do have to be careful and, you know, make sure you're picking good lines and that kind of thing. This one usually has a puddle at the end of it. We haven't got any rain for quite some time. I mean, I could literally be hauling ass on this right now, you know, 50 miles an hour, but I'm just going to take it easy. I'm not in a race, I'm riding by myself. So, the suspension on this bike is great. I made it even better. I sprung it for my weight. Got the Race Tech rear spring, 6.6. I'd go heavier if I could because I am a big guy, but I also got the front springs from a guy out in Oregon. It was an Evo suspension or something like that. So it is sprung correctly, you know, for my body weight. It handles great. So this will just be a mix today of, you know, this kind of stuff and some gravel, some highway, maybe a couple water crossings. Should be a fun day. It's nice to get out, get on the bike, and just get your mind off of other crap you don't want to think about. So yeah, here's my map. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just following my map lines. Beautiful day in Iowa. It's supposed to be in the mid-80s. There's not hardly any wind at all. It'll be a great day for a cruise. It's good soft dirt. I bet you this was really tore up because people like to use this road to go back and forth to the lake. There's a lake right over here. It's called Lake Iowa. Iowa Lake. It's a nice little shortcut to get to the lake, so it's heavily used. This guy's running the road grader's been busy. All the roads I've hit today have been graded flat. So yeah, I like to keep it in the B mode. It's just a more predictable bike in B mode, and I like the gravel mode because I drive it so If I go completely off-road on trails or an OHV park, I just turn everything off. Right now I have the ABS turned off completely, but it's still in gravel mode. But when I hit the off-road trails, then I turn it off. Coming up on the stop sign. So those are better stop. So this road goes to the lake. So these are how Iowa level Bs are marked. Minimum maintenance, enter at your own risk. They actually have level C roads, but all the ones that I found, they say you can't drive on them. And what's really unfortunate is a lot of the level B roads have old bridges on them that go out, and then they don't fix them, and then they close the road. And that really sucks because it ruins my routes. I'd have to work around it. This is some really sketchy gravel here. Alright, I'll check back in with you in just a minute. Alright, I'm going to turn right here. You can hear that gravel mode letting the tire spin. Looks like somebody else has been out here, maybe on a motorcycle, or maybe it was a side-by-side. Who knows? Roads get wet, they are a mess. It just turns into soup, and it's like driving on grease. Like this one section would take you a little while to get through if it's muddy, but on days like this, I was going 50 miles an hour through it. Stop sign. It looks like I'm going to turn right. Another dead end. And I think the reason it's a dead end is because of Interstate 80. There's only so many places that cross the interstate. Alright, now we're in the level B. I've never been down this. It's marked level B, so it's not a private drive. But a lot of people think it's their private drive. The question is, does it stop right here? Looks like it's going to keep going a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so there used to be a bridge here. Now there's not. Should we cross it? That's the question. I say hell yeah. Although that mud looks super soft. You see where those deer walk through there? It's not a rocky crossing. It's, you can see right here, these deer tracks. I mean, they're sinking in 6 inches. think if you were going to cross, they'd be right here. Screw it. Oh, that was nothing. Didn't sink at all. You just never know with that mud. Sometimes you pull in the mud like that and you'll sink it up to the top of the front tire. Now I know next time I can cross it without even thinking about it. Made it to the next level B here. Never been down this one. So you may have heard me say earlier, I used to have an older DR-Z400. People always want to know, is this one better? Is it worth it? I think so. It feels like it rides smoother. I don't know why. It just does. Clutch is smoother. The brakes have been upgraded. Of course, it's got the fuel injection. Some people like the ride mode, some people don't. It's been a great bike so far. All these roads have been graded. I had all this stuff done to my old DR-Z400 other than changing the carb. I had it jetted and had the FMF on it, and it really was a pretty good power improvement by doing all those mods. And I would say this one right from the showroom floor, just as peppy, just as much power. And from what I'm seeing from other people online is that after they do get the exhaust and get it remapped, it's way more powerful than the old DR-Z400. People are posting that, which is cool. I don't know if I'll do it or not. It's plenty of power for me. I don't really need 10% more power or whatever. And I like the stock exhaust. I might get it remapped just to make it run better, but I kind of like it how it is. This is kind of sandy. Yep, we got some sand here. First time I went to the OHV park with this bike, they had sand that was long stretches of a foot deep, and man, I went down right away. I just wasn't expecting it, and by the end of the day, you're ripping through that stuff without even thinking about it. It had been a long time since I had ridden in sand. It had been 4 or 5 years since I even rode a motorcycle, so it was definitely a learning curve. For some reason my map keeps going offline. Alright, this looks like a spot up here where it's a dead end, and it looked like maybe it was going to be cool, so I I added it to the route. We'll have to check it out. As long as I don't get shot by some meth head. Sketchy gravel. Deep, deep gravel here. I've been trying to find earplugs to wear, but it seems like I have a hard time hearing when I'm talking to other people if I have the earplugs in, and I've tried like the ones made for that where you're supposed to still be able to talk, but man, I still struggle. I'm pretty deaf to begin with, but I definitely like how they cut the wind noise down. But on a day like today, I'm not doing a ton of highway, so okay, here we go. Dead end. Check it out here. Oh, I can see the end of it. I'll go down there, what the hell. There's one spot that I go to, it's at the end of a level B, and there's always a ton of turkeys just strutting around out in the pasture. That's cool to see stuff like that. That's part of the whole enjoyment of having a dual sport bike and an off-road bike, is to get out and see nature and, you know, see things and go places you wouldn't normally go. And, you know, I know in Iowa, other places, side-by-sides are really popular, but I don't have room for a side-by-side in my garage, and they cost more than my car costs, some of them. So I just feel like these are just, you know, a motorcycle is just so much fun. And oh shit, there's a water crossing. Some ducks there. I'll be damned. I have a friend who he has a side-by-side. This is the end here. I'm not going to go into the farmer's crops. Don't be a dick, you know. But yeah, my friend has a side-by-side, and we go to the OHV park, and he'll talk me into riding with him, and he scares the shit out of me. Like, he drives like a maniac. I'm always ready to get back on my motorcycle where I feel safe. With the line of work I do, I see people all the time that get hurt on motorcycles and side-by-sides. I work in radiology. I've been doing it for 20 years. So, I mean, I started with X-ray and then CAT scan, and now the last 10 years I've been mainly focusing on MRI. You know, so I see people get hurt. I see what can happen when there's an accident. You know, just a simple thing on a golf cart I've seen people die on them. Like, it's definitely a risk-reward thing, but you can also be, ooh, that was a really bright blue bird. You can also be irresponsible on these things and make the risk even higher. And there's just no reason at my age to be doing that. Like, people think I'm crazy enough now when I'm driving around town on this motorcycle at 50 years old. They probably think I'm nuts, you know. We'll get back going here. Coming up on that deep gravel again. I'll catch back. My battery's about to go dead. I'm just going to ride it out until the battery goes dead.